Yo. Let's make sure everything's up and running okay. Yeah, I think we're doing good. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Beautiful. And we'll just lower our audio down just a smidgen. There we go. Wonderful. So, I've got a fair amount of stuff to catch you guys up on if you're coming in to see what I'm doing. This is Shillionaire. This is a Dwayne The Rock Johnson coffee table book I'm working on. Now, what about The Rock am I, like, putting into this book? You hear me? Like, I'm pulling from his Instagram, so the title says, but what exactly am I pulling? And I'm so glad you asked. Maybe the shillionaire in the title could kind of hint to it, but I'm focusing on all the products he shills. Well, maybe not all of them, because he shills a lot more than I'm actually looking at, but two specific brands he shills being his Terramana Tequila and his Zoa energy drink. Those are the two I'm taking the time to focus on. And I've gone ahead. I've scrubbed his Instagram starting from 2020. Every single post he has that features Terramana and Zoa, I've pulled them out. Around 400 posts. I've taken them all out, and I've gone through them, and I've cut them down to create. Currently, I'm sitting at, roughly 150 spreads of Dwayne shilling his products, and I think that's a pretty healthy number for this book. I still need to work on these spreads, and that's kind of what I'm doing today. That's what I'm rocking. I need to decide on how I want to change these because they're not feeling right. I think I need another element. I can just go through some of them. I'll go through some of the highlights, the lowlights, what I feel are some of the best posts that I've picked out, what are some of the worsts. Of course, starting off with January. His first mention of Terramana in January of 2020, sorry, getting ahead of myself, 2020, is this. And I believe this is when he debuts the design of the bottle, because I noticed an article around this time talking about the debut of the bottle. I don't know for sure, because I didn't bother to really scrub into 2019, if he had posted anything about Terramana before, but this is his first 2020 Terramana post right here. Advertising when the product actually launches, showing off the bottle, and then the next day he follows it up saying, next round of Terramana's on me. So, standard introduction to the tequila. Good kind of stuff. The next thing we see is, Super Bowl Sunday. Dwayne The Rock Johnson has his own Terramana ad in the Super Bowl, and I know this because he posted about it on his Instagram, and then followed it up 3 days later by posting an article about the ad that he already posted about his Instagram. So he's advertising the ad, and I find this very funny. I find it very funny he did this, especially because the the ad he posted and the article he posted is like the same identical thumbnail image. So I found that very humorous to see, just like 2 days later, posts are pretty much back to back with each other. And then we get into a recurring theme that comes up a lot as we're going to go through this, and that is Dwayne's brioche French toast. He loves it. He makes it. It's magnificent. I've never tasted it, but if I did, I'm sure it would be divine, delectable, delicious, everything I've ever wanted in toast. Sadly, I don't know if I'll be able to. But it goes with everything. And I also pulled out another image that I felt matched quite well. I've actually split this in half, but the full image is just this. It's just the burger. I need to curate this a little bit. I just have the fucking Diamond Pearl soundtrack just going, and I'm not in the mood for the fucking battle themes. We're gonna change this up a little bit. Let's get some jazzier Diamond and Pearl. Here we go. So yes, just a similar composition. A few days later, I felt this kind of matched quite well. His little he mentioned the French toast again. Um, this seems wrong. A cheat day for the ages: juicy cheeseburger, fries, and the smoothest chilled Terramana tequila. This seems incorrect. Brioche yummy. Dude, I don't have chat on screen right now. Oh, what am I doing? I'm like a buffoon. Hold on, I need to fix some things. Here, let's get chat up there. What am I going to do without chat on screen? Okay, I want to remain anonymous. I still like the chat. I have so many sub emotes. You got any wild ones? Why is this giving me such a hard time to figure out? There we go, chat box. Don't I already have a screen with a chat box? Bear with me a quick second. I believe I have a chat on the starting soon screen. So let me just steal chat from there, and that'll save me having to worry about it. Yeah, that'll work. We'll yoink that over to this screen. Paste these in. There we go. And let me just not move that, but rather move the chat box, and I guess I'll put it down here and just quickly create a color block. Sure. And we'll just size this down a little bit and squeak it in behind the chat and play with the transparency of that a little bit more. Wait, am I not able to mess with the opacity of this? Is that an effect I have to do? Oh, it's been a while since I've got my stream working right. Do you have an opacity filter I could do easily? Apparently not. We're gonna get this working. It's okay, friend. Yeah, this is just more for me, honestly, at this point. I just, I want the juice. And I've done this before. I just don't remember how I've done it now. Did I just use a black image and then threw opacity on that? Surely there's just like an opacity slider that I can just yoink down. Juice. I wasn't gifted any juicer emotes. That's okay. Well, I'm going to delete this block, and we're just going to have the chat do its own thing with who needs a backdrop, you know? All right. Anyways, back to this. I was confused about why the text is like this. Is that just what he wrote in his burger image? He was just went back to the French toast? Because that's very funny, his fixation with the French toast. I picked this mainly because I thought the images kind of matched each other pretty well. Because it's the same exact table, he used the same exact glass, and he used the same Terramana bottle. I wonder if maybe, I mean, the dates are like 6 days apart, but I wonder if he just took these photos on the same day. If his cheat mail was the French toast and the burger, and he just spaced out his posts. That could be the Dwayne strat, you know, to really maximize it. Then, uh-oh, here comes Black and White, where he advertises Jumanji The Next Level. Really tell we're in 2002. And then a little business post where he's talking about entrepreneurs and CEOs and hanging out with $7. And I quite like the composition on both of these, especially this image here, having Dwayne quite small. I don't necessarily love the two columns here. I think it's pretty good, but I'd like to maybe have a little more visual variety. Like something about this, like I love how this is just kind of off kilter. And this is just too symmetrical. This looks a little weird the way it is. Like I just need something to just kind of nudge this. Like even if this is probably not going to work very well, but let's... No, that's wrong. But something else I feel like I could add. This one, he mentions this song, Baby I Love You by the Yahoos. And so I pulled out the lyrics for it. This he didn't post on his Instagram, but I felt it paired quite nicely. I found the lyrics just pretty funny, where it's just, leave me the fuck alone. And he's talking about this in relation to getting through the pandemic at the start of, at the end, I guess, of March. And true, that's just kind of the way we need to get through the pandemic, is just to be left the fuck alone. Never watched Jumanji except for the original one. I saw it at a drive-in as a two-parter. I watched Jumanji and oh, actually no, it was Jungle Cruise. I mean, they're both pretty similar, both with The Rock in the jungle, which turns out to be a combination that sells well. That's pretty good for the ticket sales. But Jumanji, I didn't see the drive-through. I don't know when I saw it or where. Oh. Drive-through, drive-in. Long week, 1 a.m. Quiet time. Terramana with brioche French toast smothered with peanut butter, jelly, and maple syrup. Stay healthy and positive, my friends. Beautiful. It's poetry. And then, of course, more French toast talk in his Q&A. He's going to answer all the questions about it, which sadly, I'm disappointed I missed that Q&A because I have so many questions about that French toast. Here he is talking about healthcare workers. A little nightcap, another Instagram live plug. This image I quite liked because of the actual image. I didn't care that much about the caption, didn't find the caption that funny. Similar one with this one. Basically, he's just had like a few, just like, here's a nice photo, come watch me live on Instagram. More cheat meals. Here's his mom. Little guitar post. Late night Terramana. His romantic roses. Little birthday surprise where he does the horizontal hula. I love hearing about The Rock's sex life, let me tell you. In my top 3 favorite things, Rock's sex life is up there. I felt this one was quite a good image just to have on its own, lonesome. Just to really highlight all of this. Then we have his first recipe he gives out for the Terramana Mamarita. I believe it's called a Mamarita because of Mother's Day? Yeah, Mother's Day at the bottom. Which you might be thinking, well, that sounds very similar to the watermelon Manarita. And which I would say, you're right, it's almost the exact same thing, except instead of putting in 4 large chunks of watermelon, the Mamarita has a handful of your mom's favorite ingredients, whatever they are. Any of them. You can follow The Rock's lead and go for muddled raspberries and blackberries, or cucumber and jalapenos. This one was an interesting one because he's not actually directly advertising anything, except he does have a fucking framed Terramana poster in his home. It's just in the background of this whole video. And so I found that to be pretty great. Good inclusion. Back to the French toast. And then these ones I found very funny because I don't quite understand the story behind this. I don't know why The Rock's on the label of this bottle of Terramana. And why the picture they chose is just a screenshot from this Instagram video that was posted where he makes the watermelon Mamarita. It seems like a weird one to pull the picture from, and I'm almost 100% certain this is a frame from this video. Mainly because it's like like almost like a one, like you can like just see how he would go from here to here. Um, so within like, I don't know, 3 days turnaround, someone just took this screenshot from the video and he put that on the bottle. I don't. It's a mystery how that worked out. What's the horizontal hula? Yeah, that is the question. What could he be referring to? More French toast. Little BMF belt here, which of course stands for bad motherfucker. Sunday night, midnight working at my desk. Time for a frosty Terramana toast. Here's him just working late on a night, but then here comes on Labor Day, making sure he celebrates us laborers. Because he is one himself, you know. The Rock is really, he does the late night, same as everyone else. He's really one of us, doing his hard labor. And so I felt these ones just paired perfectly together. His Spotify workout playlist, really love that. Maybe that's what we should be listening to right now. Although I'm going to keep the Pokemon music running. He's got some Drake on there. He's got Guns N' Roses. He's got a little bit of ZZ Top. Tech Nine. Of course, Tech Nine becomes very relevant to The Rock later on. See, I thought, maybe he was just, a Tech Nine fan because Tech Nine invited him on his song, but he's been a lifelong Tech Nine fan. That's the top of his workout playlist. Tech Nine's been there from the beginning. The Rock's a day one. A diehard. And don't let anyone say anything different. He's also a fisherman. And I love that about him. I just find it very funny. Because it's like the standard fisherman guy pose, holding up a big fish for the camera. Which, I respect that. I love a good fish. But he also made sure he picked up the ball of Terramana. Which is open. So he's been drinking while he's fishing. Which I like too. I like that too. But I just love he had to pull it up for the camera. Because there's no way he's just holding it while he fishes. He needs two hands to reel in that fish. That guy, he cannot pull him with just one hand. National Taco Day. A little bit of a toast. He's like I said, he's a day one. I did say that, didn't I? I read note is a day one as well. Here's another recipe, the apple orchard manarita, which I'm pretty sure is once again the same thing, but he's probably going to tell you to put in apples. Is manaritas all just the same thing with like a different food element stuck in? I think they might be. Here's a lesson you learned about gratitude. He's giving it to you in his little suit. Very cute. I don't know whose grandma this is, if it's his or not. It's the 101st birthday to Grandma Grover. And he gave her Terramana tequila, which I'm going to be honest. Oh, wait, what the heck does the letter say? Oh, I can't read it. I wish I could. I think that'd be very funny. But I think if Grandma Grover drinks that, she's going to die, right? My man's out here poisoning grandmas. That's what I'm thinking. He's going to... I don't know whose grandma she is, but he's going to kill her. I hope he's ready for that consequence, but yeah, it's a tough one. He's also Dwayne Claus, I've learned. He has this ice cream line, which he was selling with this Terramana. And he markets it by, he's being Santa Claus, but he's like Dwayne Claus. And Dwayne Claus is unique from Santa Claus because he really wants to bang your mom. And that's kind of the theme I've noticed that runs through these. Interesting design here. Yeah. I was experimenting. I cut these two images in half because they both kind of got this triangle thing going on. He's got this stack of ice cream. They paired together because they were Christmas themed. So I kind of pulled those together. And so then I kind of got the lines connecting like line to line. And then the text. Now this is like heavy text over here, light text over here. So something could maybe be done to balance that out. Because the flow of the page right now, it's like your attention goes straight to here. And then you kind of go up here and then down and then across. And it's just kind of empty over here. And so maybe there's something I could do to kind of pull these together. Or maybe I need to like do something off kilter. And kind of yank these two apart. And then it creates kind of a line that runs through the page. But even then, the line gets like, and then here, and then there. So maybe something needs to change there. But yeah, it's kind of where I'm sitting on that one right now. Then we got what's happening on this one? Why'd I pick this one? This one might be a page I could cut, honestly. Cut back on a page. Oh, no, I know why. Because this is his last page from 2020. That's why I kept this posted. It's like I didn't find it particularly interesting. By either visually or just in the text. But I did find it interesting because it's just his last post of the year, first post of the next year. Of course, first Terramana related post. And he does come in hard on January 2nd with another bit of Terramana. Happy New Year, my friends. And of course, he's all about that bass, no treble. Little Meghan Trainor reference coming in here. Maybe I need to sneak Meghan Trainor in on this page somewhere. He does like that beautiful thick bottom. Which I believe he's referring to this new glass shape where it kind of has this little subtle curve at the bottom and it just sticks out a little bit more. Then, brand new product in the works. First thing we see of Zoa, unnamed at this point, it's just healthy, positive energy, blank generic cans. What could it be? Well, 3 days later, we get the grand reveal as he introduces us to Zoa Energy. 100% vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin B, essential aminos. Camu. I don't know what that is. Turmeric, antioxidants, acerola, choline. I wanted to say chlorine here, but that's choline. Yeah, he's got all the good stuff. Some of the stuff I don't even know what it is. This book makes it seem like The Rock posts nothing but his tequila. It makes it seem like that because it's partly true. I'm gonna pull you into a little bit of the well, actually, let me open up. This is a version of the document that's been significantly trimmed. Let me open up an earlier version of Chillionaire. What did I call it? Chillionaire Full. So let me go a little bit back. I don't need to update these links. That's fine. So this is when I originally pulled things in. I was experimenting a little bit, but then I decided to do one per page. And this is actually the amount he posted about his tequila. We got a lot more posts that he has. Like a lot more posts. Like almost daily. I kept the date for everything when I brought everything in. So it goes March 23rd, March 29th, March 29th, April 1st, April 3rd, April 4th, April 4th, April 4th, April 4th, April 7th, April 8th. He really goes hard on it. I had to cut a lot of these out. He had Terramana Tuesdays. So every Tuesday he'd put a bunch of community posts or screenshots of other people's Terramana posts up on his Instagram. And those would just be too many. So eventually I just stopped downloading them. But he definitely posts a lot. And in total, I had, at the end, I was at 476 pages. Now, minus a few, because at the beginning I was just doing some experimenting with layouts and things. So, you know, it's like, this is 2 posts here, but like this is like 1 post taking up 2 pages. But basically he has like almost 400, let's say 460 posts within 3 years. So, you know, that's a fair amount of posts. And this is only for specifically Zoa Energy and Terramana Tequila. He also has his Under Armour brand. Or not, I guess it's not, Under Armour is the brand, but he has a specific Under Armour product line. He has that ice cream, and I believe he has a couple other smaller products he sells. But the big ones are Zoa and Terramana. And those are the ones he owns full ownership of. Like Under Armour, of course, he doesn't have full ownership of. As well as promoting his own movies. That's kind of where the shill and Chillionaire comes. He does like to sell things. And, you know, I'm all for getting the bag. But he does take it to he takes it to such an extreme it becomes funny. Speaking of funny, when a loved one dies, it reminds us of how we should live. A year ago today, I lost my old man who died suddenly. This one's for you, Soul Man, and you're absolutely right. The show must go on. And this toast is also to you out there, and all your loved ones who are no longer with us. Let's live with all we've got, our passion, love, ambition, humor, empathy, and humanity, all of it, and the show must go on. See you down the road, Dad. Except he gives a Terramana toast to his dad, which I find to be very inappropriate. Um, take this tequila, old man. Yeah, like maybe. I mean, it's his own dad, so I mean, it's not like he's disrespecting someone else's deceased loved ones. It's his own family, and everyone deals with that in their own way. But I find using it as an opportunity to sell your alcohol to be kind of funny. Um, a Terramana classic. From here on, I've spent a lot less time going into like the layout and composition. I've tried to find the funniest pictures or the most interesting. Here's Dwayne's feet. Um, Crazy realization this morning. This is a little bit more just selling the Zoa. I wanted to try and balance. I didn't want to be too much of either product. Here's he's just selling Terramana with Jimmy. Is this Jimmy Fallon? Yeah, Jimmy Fallon. I always get Kimmel and Fallon confused. My TV funny men. And of course, Valentine's Day. Wait, no, this is. Sending around a Terramana manogram. Oh, sorry. This isn't a mammogram, which was for Mother's Day. This is a manogram, being like a mana Terramana themed. I don't know what the word for it's not telegram. What's the Valentine's grams you send? Candygram, candygram, a manogram. I understand it. This one I also found funny because he had two posts. I mean, he had a few of these. He was also featured in Vanity Fair, and he had a few Terramana themed posts celebrating his appearance in Vanity Fair, which I felt was a bit of a vanity affair. But he had two of these with his appearance here, which I do find quite funny. Here he is helping out the U.S. military. Love that for our troops. Sip your zone. Now let's fucking go. He has a lot of cardboard cutouts that he sent to stores. Not just. I should have concluded that the. Oh no, there is one here. We'll get to that in a little bit. But for Zoa, there is a Zoa cutout with him in the store holding Zoa energy, and there's a Terramana cutout as well. Which you will get to the Terramana one a little bit later. Then also the Xbox Zoa fridge, because Terramana is, the Rock's got his kind of manly image, and Zoa is aimed more towards the gamer crowd, but it's like the high energy octane Xbox gamer crowd, and you need the Zoa fridge. How does Terramana help the military? Well, it really loosens them up when they're out there on the field. Really helps take the tension away when they're serving, and it really improves their combat proficiency. Here's Terramana partnering with Amazon. Love that for us. Love Jeffy B getting some extra cash because he needs it. Same with Jassy. Anniversary for Terramana, 1 year of the product being out. At 1:26 a.m. the freaks come out. That's good to know. He's just got a little picture of the clock. Finishing your Friday strong with some Zoa energy. This one is great because he drinks and tequila and she talks dirty in Spanish, and I'm glad to know about that. That she talks dirty in Spanish, and I'm glad to know that she does that. Then we had the Rock's gotten rid of the toast. Forget his French toast. He's got guac on the rock, and the hype is real. This is the next reoccurring thing I see in The Rock's Instagram posts. He has this period of time where he fixates on like a specific type of food he makes. And so it was the French toast for a while, and then he goes through his guac phase. We get Happy Guac on the Rock Day. Which she also then spills into a bit of a marketing campaign where they have a Terramana truck. Um, and the Terramana truck gives out free guac. So it's not just like guac on the rock, like a drink on the rocks. It becomes guac on the rock, as in like this is on the rock. The rock's paying for it. This is some free guac for you on the rock's dime. Uh, Another Rock's feet pick. Gotta love little. He's giving them out for free. I don't know what he's thinking here. Such a businessman, and he's just giving out these for free. Sheesh. This is step-by-step directions on how to make his infamous coconut banana pancakes. I wish he gave this out for the toast. Sadly, he did not. Sadly, this is all we got. So we're gonna have to make do with the pancakes. Here is the squished can. I found this pretty funny. Wild orange is my pre-workout. Kindly crushed with a winky face. And then, when tequila season officially begins, here he is selling some more. A very productive Zoa Energy board meeting. I love it when he posts board meetings or just business things, but he decides to fit like, he's in his office, but his desk is just covered in Zoa cans while he works. I just love that idea. Of course, he's working candidly and just thinking as he's doing his board meeting. It's about drive, and it's about power. Here's another little. Oh, I thought this might have been a Terramana toast. Oh yeah, it is. It is another Terramana toast. A toast of gratitude. Highest quality, handcrafted, maturest of blue Ogwave, old school brick ovens, rare. And 100% copper, stills, rare. He's talking like Trump here. I have the old school brick ovens, rarest of all time. 100% copper stills, also very rare. Raise them up, swirl them up. He's got a little bit of bacon here. 11 p.m. breaking out the freezer frosted Terramana bottle of big hunky cookies. He's got good taste. He loves food, and I respect that also. I love this picture. So for the Rock posts a lot of video content on Instagram, and I didn't neglect that. But I didn't want to, scrub through the whole video and like pull out a screenshot of the frame. So instead what I did is I just downloaded the first frame of the video that's like just displayed on Instagram. And so like I got some weird Rock pictures, and a lot of them I cut out, but this one was very funny, just the close-up of his V-neck. So I felt I would like crop in on it and really exaggerate it and just have it take up the whole thing, because the caption was so funny too. It was just a trumpet, rose, and alcohol emojis. And then, of course, to pair with that, we have him hanging out with his buddy, Summa Cum Laude from Princeton, big Amazon exec in his Amazon shirt. I also love that he puts on the Amazon shirt to meet with his Amazon studio buddy. At least I think this guy must be... Wait, is this Jeff himself? At Jeff Bezos? Hold on. Have I not... I didn't recognize him. Oh, that's crazy. I thought this was just a random Amazon guy. Is that... I can't tell. I don't really know what Bezos' face looks like. Without the bald... Without the cap on, I don't know. This could just be any bald guy. I'm being a little racist. This is just a generic looking white guy, Without his big muscles threatening Leonardo DiCaprio, I don't really know what to make of it. But I think this must be Jeff Bezos, because he adds him at the end. Oh, here comes the cutout. I didn't include any of the Terramana Tuesday posts except for this one, because it's just this woman clinging on the rock, but is cut out of the rock. Don't make me send you to horny jail. I mean, The Rock needs to go to horny jail himself, though, because cardboard Terramana Rock is always Trouble, baby. Trouble. The good kind of trouble. Keep having fun and enjoy your mana. But these did get shipped out to stores, and I was looking on how to get one. I really wanted one, but sadly I couldn't find any for sale. There are rock cutouts, but none of this specific rock. And I was like, okay, what if I found my own image? Can I then like go to a third party and make my own cutout? But unfortunately, I can't find any direct like just pictures of the cutout. They're all at a weird angle or someone's involved in the shot. So I can't get a good enough quality image to do that with. So I'm gonna have to survive without the Terramana cutout. An insanely busy week. He, takes some Zoa to balance his mind, which is a crazy thing to do. Is to have a sip of your energy drink to really balance your state of mind. Here's some caffeine. That'll help you balance your mind. We come back to the rock toast. It's been almost a year since we've seen it, but it's never gone. It always comes back. Here's Jungle Cruise, his press tour on the runway. Here's the Monomobile. He has this food truck, basically, which goes around selling Terramana from place to place. I didn't get too many pictures of it because all of the videos of it don't really feature the rock much. And there aren't many great pictures of it in the videos. This one, however, is also a video. And this was a really weird one for me because I saw this thumbnail. I'm like, what the fuck? Why does The Rock have this cartoony-ass mustache? And I'm like, he's got her drinking Zoa energy drink too? So I watched this whole video, and it's literally just the first frame has this image right at the beginning, and then the rest is just like a normal clip. I don't think she sips a Zoa once during the video, and he has this mustache on, like, not at all. So it's just done so that the first, like, the thumbnail of the image on Instagram will be this weird picture of The Rock with the mustache. So you're curious and you click. You're like, what the fuck's going on? And this is the only instance where this happens on the Instagram. They never do this again. Maybe because people were too confused about why the fuck The Rock had a mustache. It's like, yeah, okay, okay, that's so strange. So strange. Some more Terramana pictures. He had this whole campaign, Big Can on Campus, where he got a whole bunch of students to promote his energy drink, offering that they'd win $5,000 and an epic on-campus event. This text is all taken directly from his Instagram, so he didn't capitalize that last T on his Instagram post. But, I'm not going to change it for him. We're going to keep it as is. This one is another one of those unique ones where it's not him actually selling a product, but he does have the logo placed firmly in the image. He's, just working out, but Zoa happens to be in the background. Can he come to U of D? He probably could. He just probably might not for a while. Yeah, Face Off. This is it. This is when it came out. Black and Simone in my veins. My culture banging with Strange. Changed the game. So what's his motherfucking name? My brother the GOAT, the real Tech 9. Like I said, he's a real one for Tech 9. Calling him the GOAT, tagging him out. Watch the full video now in my bio. And after this song came out, he started including little quips about it in his descriptions. I don't know if this has one or not, but stuff like changing the game. They really don't have any of those ones on here. Instead, here's another. I did mention him in Vanity Fair. I did grab another one of these. He had a few posts talking about Vanity Fair, but I found this one was the most interesting visually. And this one I found funny because there's just a guy in a Paw Patrol hat, which I think is intentional. I don't really understand. It's Halloween, so he's dressed up as the Paw Patrol guy. I don't know who he is. And I don't know who The Rock is dressed up as. I think just The Rock. Okay, he's the director of Red Notice, and he dressed up as Paw Patrol for Halloween. I understand this now. Did not win the contest costumes night. Yeah, this is a very self-aware post. I think this one's just genuinely kind of funny. So good on The Rock for that one. Cheap meal train leaving the station. This one I picked because although I believe it is his pancakes, I'm pretty sure that is the French toast. He doesn't name it, but I'm pretty sure that big square right there is his famous French toast. Could be wrong about that, but from what I'd seen, that looks like it. Here's the monomobile on the Hollywood red carpet. He brought the monomobile with him to sell some Terramana while he was debuting Red Notice on the red carpet. Here he is with everyone's favorite person, James Corden. I love to have him. I love him when he's at restaurants I'm at. He always brings such a positive energy to them. Where they do golf cart karaoke. My bad. And then here he is surprising the Star Tours bus. Where he just basically goes up and is like, "Hey, I'm The Rock. Look at all you tourists. Look at me." Apparently give everyone on the bus free Terramana and Netflix and Zoa Energy and Samsung big screen TVs and an Xbox and $500. That seems like a lot of money. Everybody on the bus got that? How many people are on this bus? Oh well, good for him. Good for them. Hell yeah. Maybe I can cut these ones. I feel, oh, James Corden's pretty funny, but I feel like this one's less interesting. Here he's working out from the gym. I found this one funny. I do damage with my dippage. Winky face. Sounds a little inappropriate. Devil emojis. Thank you, Rock. Here's more Dwayne Claus. This one I found very humorous. Because he's again talking about being naughty and banging your mom at some point. Does he do it in the caption or is it the video? Maybe it's the video itself. Oh no, right here, yeah. Your mother knows I'm real. He's got like a fixate. Dwayne Claus really wants to bang my mom, and I don't like it. And then here is a little bit more Dwayne Claus ice cream. Again, both of these I did include because he also manages to stick in an at Terramana. An at Terramana cheer, and then of course he's already drunk on Terramana, looking for mistletoes again. He is naughty. He is naughty. He's got that little devil in him. Coconut lemon pancakes, yummy yummy. Another productive Zoa meeting. Where I just love this screenshot. Zoa 2020 business plan. Canazoa. This little laptop here. It feels like he just took the first picture of the slide and called it a day. I don't know how involved he really was in this business plan meeting. A little more holiday stuff. I think this one might have to go. I don't think this is that interesting. Ladies touch babies like a banker touches gold. An outlaw touches the ladies somewhere deep inside their soul. Yes, we do. Winky face. I think, you know, Dwayne just kind of got hornier, I'm realizing. He just went a little hornier. I don't really have much else to add to that. Here he is with this one I know is Jeff B. I reckon like, he looks like Jeff B in this picture for sure. That's guarantee you that bald head. I mean, that's what it is. If no hat on, it's easy to recognize him. We got the Fortnite debut when, of course, it reveals that the Foundation was in fact The Rock. This one, which is, let me confirm this actually now that I'm thinking about it, because I'm almost 100% sure that he just reposted the same exact Christmas image. He did not. He just took the same vibe. It worked well. It was a pretty shot with the red lights. It was not the same picky. Almost the same though. Similar Christmas tree. Holding up his Terramana to the Christmas tree lights at night. You know, same type of vibe. Couple of brand new start of the year. His first Terramana shill of the year and his first Zoa shill of the year both came out on the 1st of January. He didn't miss a beat. Defining our legacy. Every step, every move, every action, every word, every handshake, every kiss. Let's turn the corner and make it count. Let's fucking go. Bring on 2022. And so we're in current year now. Cheat Meal Sunday. We got this picture, which is apparently the most electrifying mascot in the NBA is the Spurs coyote. My bad. which electrifying is one word for it. Terrifying might be another. He also still looks like a buff lesbian lunch lady with my thumb confidently stuck in my leather fanny pack. I don't have that picture. Maybe I should have got that picture. But I picked this terrifying one instead. Bite of the world famous infamous Rock Toast, aka DJ Toast. Now, the Rock Toast has changed and become it's no longer brioche French toast. It's now just DJ Toast. DJ being Dwayne Johnson, of course. A highly productive in-person Terramana board meeting. 2022, they got back in person. Happy for that, but that didn't stop The Rock from posing his products on his desk for a photo during the meeting. You can see in the background that definitely looks like one column and two columns, and a line maybe between them. So maybe they're comparing a couple of reports. Maybe, you know, here's competitor sales, here's our sales. Something good going on in the background there. Here's just some big game from The Rock. These ones definitely need some work spread wise. I might need to cut some things out. Ever get the case of the Fuckets? I love this one. I'm keeping this one for sure. And then here is his Zoa fridge with his face on the side. Muscle and fitness for support of Zoa energy. Here's more Fuckets. Maybe I don't need that many Fuckets. Here's him with flowers in his hair. I thought that was cute. Another gratitude coast. I don't really know what this is in relation to. A few days ago, we almost lost some good men. Things got hairy, and they're lucky to be alive. One of the men I know very well, and the others I do not. But look forward to shaking their hands one day. Heal up, KA. Heal up, men. Get home to your families. ARS. So I don't really know what's happening here. I probably won't include this now that I'm thinking about it. Because, yeah, I mean, he does kind of another Terramana toast in a peculiar spot. So maybe I will. See, I'm torn. Because on the one hand, it's just like, you know, talking about some guys who are in some perilous situation and wishing them well. On the other hand, he is advertising his alcohol. So maybe I will keep this in. I don't know. Great weekend training session with Zoa Energy. Wheels up. For the most part, it's more of the same going all the way forwards. Story of the nipple pinch. I don't really know what the story of the nipple pinch is. That reminds me of another really weird one that I found. With a really weird caption. Do I still have that? Which one? When does that happen? This marketing meeting for Black Adam, which has a nice Zoa can in the middle. Let me scroll back in time a little bit because there was a very funny, weird Rock post in one of these captions. Might be like almost a year or so ago. I don't know if I even saved it. But it was just bizarre. I think it was the one with Terramon in the background and his poster of it. Let's go zooming. I passed it already? I feel like I've passed it already. I think I've gone, yeah, I've gone too far. Oh well, I'll probably come across it again. One of the most bizarre captions on any of these. Yeah, here it is. Letters and requests like this remind me of stuff that really matters. Also reminds me of the stuff that really doesn't matter at all. That sometimes we have a small tendency to focus on small, meaningless stuff and forget about the big picture. Nathan, as a father of all girls and man who do anything for his kids, I'm right there with you. Grateful I can help. And Katie Joy, you stay strong and hang in there. Keep fighting and inspiring everyone around, and I'll keep popping my boobies, laughing, thumbs up. Love, DJ, aka Booby Popping Man. I don't know what the fuck the context of this is. I'm assuming that this person wrote to them a letter and he like gave them some help. This was a screenshot from a video, and I'm assuming he addressed that in the video. He's probably talking about him moving his pecs. Yeah, yeah, he probably is, but it's just such a weird way to say it. Um, but yes, I really like this picture and this image. So anyways, that's the gist of all the content in the book. And so what I need to still do, I need to finalize a cover. Gonna have a blank page at the beginning, a little second blank page. If you don't know, which you probably wouldn't, books essentially need to be done in multiples of 4 in terms of pages, in order for them to be produced properly. I mean, not all books, it depends how they're being produced and put together. But the way I'm doing it, I do need to have them done in multiples of 4. Because every 4 pages, if you think about it this way, so this book is 8.5 by 11 page, but it's cut in half, so down the middle. And so every 4 pages is one piece of paper, essentially. And so that's why this needs to be done in multiples of 4. So we have cover, inside cover, blank page, blank page. But really how that would look would be cover, back cover, side by side, blank page, but the other blank page is the back. But basically it's going to be looking like in order of like how you open the book and see it. You start off with cover, blank page, second blank page. I'm just keeping a solid just like 2 blank pages at the beginning because I think that looks quite nice. Followed up by another one. I might put an image on this inside page. Also partly because I don't want to have anything printed on the inside of the back of the cover. Cover is just on the outside. And then we get the introduction of the cover, Shillionaire, the Instagram of Dwayne The Rock Johnson, table of contents. I'm not 100% I'm going to even put in a table of contents because there's not really much divides I can do. I'd just probably do year, if anything. I would have, these pages are 2020, 2021, and 2023. 2022. Can't count. And then the description. I want to give like a quick little introduction to the premise of this magazine, essentially. Like a short little description, maybe even like the dictionary definition of a shill, and then like a description of the magazine. And then we get into the content. And so this is where I'm kind of now, I have most of like what pages I want to include, and now it comes down to how I want to design everything. How I want everything to lay out, how I want things to flow. And the conclusion I keep running into is I feel like I either need to modify this text more or I need an additional element. Because right now everything looks kind of the samey. So I've been experimenting with changing some text sizes, playing around a little bit with like different fonts. Like this one here is this different text size, different font. Just sort of trying to figure out a way to kind of give this a little extra visual variety. So right now, especially some of these later ones, it all kind of starts to feel very samey, very bland. But I was thinking, like, do I give each page its own title and caption? It's like, well, I could pull from his own text, like what the words he says, but then it kind of loses some of the punch, I feel like. I like having it all formatted together. It's like, what do I make the date the big header? And I played with that a little bit too, but I think I have that over on this document, actually, the old version of it. And you can see some of what I was doing there. I was like putting the date big. I also considered doing image on one page, text on the other, and having everything being very centered. Which I think would look very pretty. But that'd be a lot of pages. And the other thing I'm keeping in mind is my page count, because I want to have these books printed. And the more pages I put in, the more this will cost me. And so instead of printing, for example, my original idea was literally every single post he does, I was going to include in this book. And if I did that, that would be, however many I have, roughly 460 pages or images, individual images. And so if I did a whole spread for each page, that would be like 1,000 pages, which would be a little crazy. So I cut things down significantly, and I'm trying to do, basically one on each page. And I do, I do have some single spread stuff like this one, for example. Which this one I picked to be single spread just because it gives the recipe, and I thought I could kind of play with that, make the text change, like pump up the recipe a little bit more, kind of like I did with these ones. But I'm not 100%. I don't know how I want to do everything here. I was also thinking about another touch of color. Thinking about pulling maybe from the cover, because the current cover idea I have is this. Shillionaire Dwayne with his drink. Just simple background. I don't love it though. I also tried some other cover ideas. I was pulling from the bottle, but I couldn't find an image like just label the bottle. I thought that'd be quite nice to have as a cover piece. But I couldn't find an image where it doesn't get cut or where it's not on the bottle. So I scrapped that. And then I also just played with a few other layouts, focusing fully on the bottle or focusing fully on the Zoa can. I guess we gotta buy our own bottle. I have considered that, yeah. I did buy a Zoa can. I went all the way to the US to get one. That's why, yeah. Yeah, I did go. I wanted to get a whole pack of Zoa, but they were all sold out at the Walmart I went to, and I didn't really want to be running around. Partly because I wasn't sure where I could get Zoa in every store, and I did pull out some locations about where I could get Zoa. But when I was in the US, I didn't really want to be roaming, so I didn't really use any data to try and find the other locations. Like I had like a few addresses down, but I was like, you know what, one can's fine enough. We'll make it work. And so I just have this single Zoa Energy can, which I haven't opened yet. And I don't know what I'll do with it just yet. But if I want to use it, I'll have it for working on it. Here's some of the other stuff I cut out. The Rock reveals Cherimoya bottle design. But yes, I got sidetracked. Back to this. Yeah, I was thinking about pulling like maybe including the color, having like a little pop throughout the magazine. But I didn't love that either. I was like, no, that doesn't seem exactly right either. I do also use the blue for like everywhere he had a link, and I'm like, well, I could use that. I also quite liked using like something like this, having like a secondary font with like a thicker title. So like this is the font, it's called Lust Script. And it's got very, very, very thin and thick strokes mixed together. And I thought it looks quite good. I'm not exactly 100% on how well this will be. Like I feel like this is the type of font that could get it could become too much if I use it too much. Like it's got to be more of a sparing type of thing. And I also wasn't sure where to put it on a lot of these pages because he does get pretty text heavy. And so for the very text heavy areas, I want to be shrinking down the words. And I also want the pages to complement the images up pretty well. Here I have. So this is just some of the inspiration I was looking at to try and figure out some ideas about how to maybe lay things out. Looking at specifically, I'm magazine spreads with very minimal text because his text comes in small blurbs, whereas a lot of magazines are designed for like big blocks of text, which I'm not working with. Maybe just pop things that really stand out like Booby Popper. Yeah, that's a good idea. Basically do it like pull quotes from an article. And really just highlight that sort of thing. I was also thinking about maybe finding some like other types of imagery I could include, but as you see, like something like this, it uses like a pink color as a theme throughout the book that solidly runs all the way through across all the different pages, or like this is of course using a green, but that's kind of tied to the images, and so I could also do something similar to that, which I did do a little bit of with this image. I pulled this pinkish color from the watermelon. I'm like, pop that color. I wonder if something like that would look too. Anyways, I'll figure that out a little bit. But I essentially need a consistent voice. The current consistent elements I have are the formatting of the text, which is just this font, 9 points. I include the emojis, and I highlight the things blue. And then I have this as like a little bit bigger as a title, and that's kind of the one consistent element I have across everything. And then I've kind of just placed things somewhat willy-nilly, but also somewhat as like, I've been, putting some thought into how I've been laying things out, but a lot of the part of this is just laying things out for the sake of it. I like the extra color here and there. Yeah, I think I do want to do some stuff with color, but then the question is what color and where exactly does it fit in? Like how do I pull the color in? I could make everything in the magazine black and white, but I feel like then that pulls away from a lot of these images as like original effect. And so it's just a matter of like making a full decision on everything. Because a lot of these very nice editorial spreads, they have a lot more control over the images they use. They're very deliberate, chosen to match composition, chosen specifically, for the sake of to match the rest. Like the colors, everything is all designed for the sake of the spread. Whereas in this case, this is more of a challenge of making the images and the text work, or finding the way that makes them work. I don't like this either. I had the rock just in the corner as well. That's like a single guy. Single rock. I don't like that either, actually. Yeah, so I've kind of hit a wall here, and I'm not quite sure where I want to go next. I think maybe we just start trying out some different... Rock better pay you for this free marketing. 1 hour of looking at Tequila and Zoa. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've done fucking way more than an hour at this point into this project. I've been putting a lot of time into looking at Tequila and Zoa. So I'm excited. I'm pretty much there. Like I'm pretty confident I can knock this out soon and just get this in production, get this printed. But I want it to be great. Like this, maybe I could just cut this down more. Maybe I just do slim down and then I just do something like this for every page. Simple image, simple thing. Because the other thing is, a lot of his images aren't that great quality. And so there's limits to how big I can blow them up. Like, for example, you can see I zoom in and you start seeing the pixels right away. And so having that printed won't fly for a lot of these. So that's why something like this I made real small. Because this is just such a shitty quality picture. But I felt this worked out really well. Like, I feel like this one is one of the nicest ones I've done. Because this is just like happy coincidence. But it also really worked out because of the black and white. It all kind of themed together, these two black and white images. And that's why I was thinking, like, do I make everything black and white? But it's like, no, because I don't think it would work that well. This one I played around with having, because these are basically two identical images, so I was like, you know what, I'll just kind of obstruct this one. And then you can have the smaller view down here, and you get the idea that he posted the big image, and then he followed it up by posting another article about it, which I find very funny. So let's say I do pull this color. Let's say I take this pop of blue and I start pulling it down into here. How would I do that? Or maybe the answer is, maybe instead of making this blue, we take this blue. And let's bring this back up. Yeah, okay, I already have a swatch for that. Black copy. Aptly named. Let's do that. So that doesn't feel right. So let me adjust this to match a little bit better. I think I need less pink, less magenta, a little less yellow, and dip the cyan just a bit. So it's almost completely white. Maybe I do need more. Is it not previewing? Maybe that's the reason. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of pinkish. That's pretty good. And we should be CYM. Actually, yeah, I should be doing this in RGB. Is this document set up for... Oh, fuck. It is print, but what color mode am I working in? It should be in CYMK. Fuck, I don't remember fucking where the that setting is. Oh well. Anyways, that doesn't matter that much. I will swap to CYMK, make this easier anyways. Yank down the magenta, yank down the yellow, yank down the cyan. Keep cyan up a little bit. I do want to pull up the blue a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Lighter color. Still don't love it. Still don't love it. What if we go hard on the color? No, fuck no. What if we go contrasting color? And then we really pull the saturation down. That's not it either. And now let's go back to white. Like a hint of blue and a little bit of black. Tie-dye. I really don't think tie-dye will work with, especially how I have this formatted. This is definitely more on the subtle end. Let's do like one. Sure, just the smallest amount of cyan on the cover. So let's say this is the blue we're using. This cover does need some work. Look at this spooky music. Let's skip that for now. See, do I just want to use random squares in the image, or do I want to have like some other pattern that I can pull? That's the question. That is the question. Whether it's nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. Okay. Right, so let's think about the images. Firstly, let's think about this narratively in terms of like how you'd rate this. Start in the top left, the image pulls down, pulls to this, am I trying to have a drink? Made by hand, follow my molecule, you end there. Then your eye is coming back up this way. So that makes me want to put rock up here, but then this creates this nasty void here. And I don't mind empty space, but this is just really weirdly shaped negative space. It like doesn't look great. So then we want another element here. And that's when this will come into play. If we are using this, we'll do something small, really subtle. Almost like this. I think I want a pattern. I think I want to make a pattern for this book. It's definitely too thick. This needs to be much thinner. Almost like nothing. Something like that. And then we can do another frame. Get like kind of the Valorant thing going. Valorant loves this little design element. It looks like a pull quote, which it kind of is. It's kind of getting that treatment. Me like you. I do kind of like that, where it cuts into the text. Not completely, of course, because I don't want to be able to just not read it. But then I need to make the text, because I have the text this dark gray, a little bit more legible. the dark and these little thin lines really won't work that well together. It needs to be almost like the slightest tap. But I kind of want to run all the way across. No, I don't like that either. Let's go back to my... Let's think about this here for a second. Pulls across, pulls down, pulls there. Pairs with that. Cross, empty the space there. That's why I had the rocks coming down like a row. Let's put the rocks back in the row. Put all my rocks back on the row. But maybe this time, let's have some fun with the rocks. And let's like make them a little blue. And then we're gonna go to effects and we're gonna put it on a multiply. No, maybe a soft light. I think this only works if I turn rock into grayscale. Can I adjust the color in InDesign? God, I'm rusty with InDesign. Image color settings. Oh, this is definitely the wrong thing I'm looking at. Is there really no there's got to be an easy way to grayscale in InDesign. Time for the old Google. Apparently not. Apparently the answer is it just can't happen. You can just make the text white or something if the rectangle runs over it. I could. The issue with doing something like that is it would give the impression that that text is highlighted for a specific reason. So maybe if I did do something like that, I'd want it to be on like the Terramana line, and then the at Terramana would be the white, and then it would look like it's kind of intentionally pulling out like that. Which could still work pretty well. Let's open my Shillionaire document, Instagram images. This is open with Adobe Photoshop. Let's turn the rock into a dual chrome image. Let's go crazy with it. In the meantime, let me fix this text real quick. So it's this one. We'll try having that white. Okay, the issue with that is I don't know how legible that's going to be with the really thin at. Can I get away with changing the font just for the at Terramana if we're already highlighting it as something different? What about just the at? Can I change just the at on the script? Like, is that close enough? Does that feel too out of place? I feel a little out of place. Set him up, Brock. The next round of my at Terramana is on me. We're gonna yank that down just a little bit. I want it so that the height of the line is right there. No, I like that actually, where it's just under the eye, just under the my. I cross it a little bit, but only slightly. And it runs all the way across the page. Make sure it extends out to the bleed. I'm gonna have to go through this too. Make sure the bleed is appropriately set up on an image that cuts the page. Right, first things first. What the heck is this image? RGB values. Let's copy the hex code. So this will just make my life a little easier here. Image mode. I know I'm using CYMK, but I'm just cheating a little bit. Make it grayscale. Yep. And then image adjustments. Duotone. But not that color. No, we want to use this hex color and then OK. But we want it to be a duotone, so we're going to throw in a secondary blue, probably a darker blue. It's not loving it. What about a white? That'll probably... Let's do a contrasting color. Let's see. No, keep it in the blue realm. Can we do blue on the second and then white on the first, maybe? Okay, let's go. This one will be this, and then can I not change image? Oh, I did okay. That's why I was like, what's going on there? Ah, there we go. That's something. I quite like that. Hug, is that the Leafs legend, The Rock? That's why I'm putting him in the Leafs colors, actually. Mr. Dwayne himself, I'm rocking him up. Rocking him up the Christmas tree. Let's say, what? Oh, a name for the ink? 2. Okay, that's cool. Let's say that's good. And let me just copy and paste that into Chillionaire. And we want to put Rock right on top of himself. And we need to crop it appropriately so it matches. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Something like that. Now, this is just maybe a time-consuming experiment that isn't worth my time. Is it worth making this rock blue? I don't think it is. I think maybe the grayscale rock would be better, and then I just have this one like a blue strip over him. Or maybe we forget the whole fucking transparency on this. Let's kill the opacity. Soft light. Now we're going 100 hundo P, and we're gonna actually cover the rock's face a little bit here, and make him go like all. He's a hardball, you know. Big rock, cover the eyes. And then I need to Photoshop this up a layer so that the Terramana bottle covers that over. And that's pretty good. I really like that, actually. The whole thing gets pulled up a little bit, though, because it kind of fills that space. And so we get this line up here, this line down here. Let's see how we're fitting on the grid. So the rock is going to cut the image right to the edge of that line. Fill this empty box. Make sure that fits appropriately. Let's pull this all the way to the edge, and let's move the date outside of the grid. Or, we'll figure something else to do with the date. Well, actually, I do like it kind of closer to the image. So what can we do here to do that effectively? What if, hear me out, this might be crazy, we drag left. We go with a right justified, or not justified, but I don't like that. I don't like that actually. That was just a wild idea. And I need to be careful because optically, I mean, mathematically, the font goes up to there. The line height's there, but optically, this lines up with that here. Maybe I just need to put a ruler down for myself. Align that right up on. No, hey. Here, did I make. Not locked. Why can't I move it? Hello? Hello? Move? There we go. You want to line it up right with there. There we go. And we're gonna need to cut this out. So forget this whole duotone thing I did. Zoop, zoop, zoop. What parts of the image actually cover that? Because I could save myself time with just the tip of the bottle. Gotcha. So really, all I need to do is, let's just start off with a quick little object select and see how accurately that can help me. Probably not very well because a glass bottle on this black background, I doubt it's going to be, oh, well, pretty good. It does definitely get lost a little bit on the edges here, but I can even just clean that up decently with this. Rock. Dwayne the Rock. Yeah, it's probably great actually. Can I just yoink this directly into the document? Is that gonna, no, it doesn't take into account transparency when I do it like that. All right, fair enough. In that case, we just, okay, first undo that. Make a new copy. We'll save the first layer. There we go. And Control Shift I. I really got to learn that shortcut. I use that way too often to not know that shortcut. Control Shift I. And I can also clean up some of the fuzz around this. I mean, really it doesn't matter because it's going to be lined up on top anyways. So the only bits the fuzz actually matters are on the neck of the bottle. Which is looking decently clean already. I don't think anything I really do will change it that much. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we just do a quick little export a roux. Sure, I'll put it on the desktop for now. Let me pull that in. Oh, wow, that's perfect actually. Let's just do that. Control C, paste in place, and then paste you on top. There we go. You guys have so many emotes. You guys are going crazy with the emotes. I love it though. That's looking good. Yeah, I actually really don't mind that too much. I think that's a pretty good image. I don't know if I want it to be exactly where it is. Maybe it goes, should I go all the way behind him? Should I save the rock's face as well as the bottle? I think that might look better, honestly. I gotta, I mean, he's so handsome. How could I not, right? Especially on the very first page. Cancelled, unliked, unretweeted, unfollowed. Who's getting canceled? Oh, the emotes. I think I understand. See if I can. Okay, no, it doesn't want to. Oh wait, that's because I'm. it doesn't really want to recognize him as a... Okay, surely you can recognize him. Wait, why can't you? This is a clear line. If you can do a glass bottle, you can recognize the rock. Is it because of the layer I'm selecting? Ah, I was on the wrong layer. That's the reason. Alright, same deal. We're just gonna, well, make a new layer for him. Did I learn it properly? Control-Shift-I? I thought that was it. What's that do? Select, inverse, Shift-Control-I. I did the wrong order. Still fucked it up. That's okay. Nope, really fucked it up, actually. It's not okay. Alright. Hold, hold, hold. Okay. We're okay, we're okay. There we go. That's good enough. We'll save that as... Actually, you know what? We could just make this even easier. Put them both in the same image. Again, it looks a little stupid, but this is all we actually need. PNG. Save, replace. And that way I don't even have to update this image. I should just be able to refresh it. Unless, of course, it doesn't want to refresh. In which case, then I'll just do a drag and drop. There we go. Well, now I feel like I need to show more of that blue line extending past his face, just a tad more. So visually, that goes all the way, what, till about here? Okay, so let's do a halfway mark. We'll keep the grid going. We'll use half of this grid. Is that exactly half, or am I getting bamboozled? Damn, I eyeballed that pretty well. Alright, cool. We'll mark that halfway on there. Then the text. The next question is, where does the text end up? Maybe that is too far, because the of is definitely getting lost. I can get away with like a little bit of the of, but not all of it. In fact, let's keep the whole of. That's a pretty, really like the way they do that little ligature on the F. Oh, I'm bad. Alright, we're going to delete blue rock. Alright, so let's say that's what we're going with. Let me get into, let's dig into the weeds down here a little bit then. So into this line, we're going to go to paragraph, and we're going to really give that the drop. That's pretty good. Then down here, you are going to go up to size 9 and not be centered. That was my bad, misclick. And then I need to give you, if you're size 9, you'll have like 11 leading. That's way too much leading. I take that back. We're going to shrink you a little bit. That's pretty good. And then just push you down a little bit more. Tier 1 of the people. Available March 2020. It's pretty good. That feels pretty alright, but now we need to get another this blue element. Stop posting emotes. I'll set the chat to message only. You guys need to put the right emotes in the chat. That's the thing. That's the issue. You guys need to send some Atriox 7s over here. So basically now what I want to do is kind of call and answer this blue line. The blue line's kind of the call. It takes the focus. It pulls these two spreads together. It just drags across the page and draws the attention right in his eye line. Brings things across. Focus on Terramana. That's kind of what these two spreads are about anyways. Not sub to big A. That looks sick. Hell yeah. I think now what I need is another, basically like 1 or 2 more blue elements on this page to kind of create like a secondary line of some sort, or maybe not line, but even shape, like even like a triangle. We got like a baseline there, and then something else to kind of pull. I feel like in the bottom mainly. The other question might be, is it time to change the way I do this? Maybe instead of that, what I want to do is really up that and maybe put a pop of color on here. Hello, color. Swatches. Let's do the blue. I believe you are the right blue. Oh, actually, the blue would definitely go on my at the rock down here if I'm following my own theme. So let's take it back a second. What size did I do that? 18? Alright, let's try delete that. We can mark you as separate because you're going to be size 18. And we'll go real crazy with it. We'll make you bold as well. Same with you over here. Bold. And then you at the rock is going to be blue. And let's just see what that looks like on a regular page. Okay. I kind of like it over here. It looks a little bit wonky. It's maybe because the at goes down so low, it almost looks like this is floating higher, even though this is on the same line. Maybe the other issue is, maybe I did need that line to kind of tie these two images together. Or maybe this needs to be bigger. It seems like these aren't connected enough, these elements. This one isn't as bad, but I feel like it does lose a lot of the visual interest. Like it's like something seems off with both of those. So let's go back to the year. See what we can do to fix this. So yes, we have one space, but it's too big. In fact, was that 2 spaces? So maybe that's part of the issue. That could definitely be part of the issue, is having 2 spaces. Same issue here? Yeah, because I had a space around each side of the line, and then I pulled the line out. So let's say we make this bigger. Like way bigger. Texturing options. So let's go and change this a little bit and make the vertical justification centered. That's not what I expected to happen. I might just have to make you guys 2 separate text boxes. It might just be the play. That looks like it's gonna be too high now. Want to be like a little bit, yeah, so like the base of that touches there almost. Let's say I save, and then I go back over to here. Fuck. Right, so when the numbers get bigger, like to page 10, that shit don't fly. That's why I need them to be in the same text box. Because it does it right now, because they're in separate. If it's on the same text box, it'll push the text over. But if I have them separated into 2 different text boxes, that does not work. I'm thinking... we go to the old Google Images. And let's just do... Actually... book page number design. Let's just see what comes up. What are some fancy book page numbers we can look at? So of course you got like some standard stuff like that. I don't really like those options. Centering the number might be pretty fun. But then I don't really have that text alongside it. Although I don't even know if I really need the text on either of those. If I want to add a table of contents to my images, to my book, I mean, then maybe I want one of these to like say what section it's in. So it would be like 2022 page this. That would probably make more sense. I can't even see what that says, but that's like a few different words mixed with the page. But there's a fair bit of space between the words and the page number. So I could still get away with putting a little footer at the bottom, and have the numbers centered. This is kind of fun, but I think that would get too distracting too quickly. Having the numbers that big, yeah, it could be like something you can do on one page, and then that's it. Yeah, this isn't giving me much inspiration or ideas. I'm gonna stick with what I'm working with, and figure out a way to make it work instead. Let's slam my head against the wall. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, wait. So we don't want this page to be this big. The numbers are too big. We're gonna stick with this one. I do definitely want to be a little bit bigger, but not by much. Size 15. The size 10. I don't really want that to be size 10. Honestly, that should be smaller than the rest of the text. The line. If I do go back to using the line. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I don't like the line either. I don't like the line either. So let's instead do like a big indent. That's way too big of an indent. Holy, that's like half the page. Let's, instead of Chillionaire, let's just do 2020 to start things off. No, I don't like that either. Hmm. That is the question. Maybe let's put the whole thing on font size 8. No, it's way too small. Chillionaire at the Rock. Year 15. And you are, what did I put you as? Like 7? You're 7. Teeny tiny. Are you not 7? How did you get to 11? What the fuck? You can't be bigger than the body text. That's just too much. At the same size as the biggest. We'll go with. Let's do 8. One under. One under. We feel like an 8.5 might be nice. We can get real shifty with it. Because I did the align center, is that now going to be... Yeah, okay, it is higher than everything else. Did I fuck it up a bit? Okay, I'm actually just confused now about what the fuck I've done. Let's just do it this way. Copy like that, copy like that. Paragraph, right align at the Rock. And you are going to be tiny. Size 8. And let's just call it like that. I think that'll be pretty good on its own. Again, I won't have that on the cover. I do want a big indent. You know what? Maybe the answer is a simple line break. We do that, we do that, we go bop. And then you go bop. Except for some reason you decide to be gigantic when I line break, and you, on the other hand, do not want to be gigantic. And why? Why, Mr. Santa Claus? Why? Why are you taking my Christmas tree? That's better. That's pretty better. And now I feel like the only big thing I need to do is, instead of doing that like that, you go up here and you get yoinked down. And same thing with you. You go up and above. And we're going to call it like there for now because I don't want to spend any more time on this at the moment. We're going to finish this first spread. Okay. That's wrong too. Still not getting this right. We do a little bit of blue in the corner. Okay, I will spend a little bit more time on this because that one looks really wonky. So we delete that, put it all on the same line, keep it together, and we just maybe need some more space between them. And I tried that with the line like that, but maybe that's not the line we want. Maybe we want something like that, or maybe the font is part of the issue. Let's go with a classy Garamond. I love me Garamond. Actually, the numbers of fucking Myriad look pretty good too. Let's go with Myriad. And is it brazen to go Hebo on the fucking... Do we break with the Seraphon and we go Sans Serif on the bottom of the pages? That might be it. That might be the answer we're looking for, because then I can go a little medium on the rock. We got big serif text there. I think then this line might look a lot nicer. No, it drops too low. But then I could get away with that, perhaps? No. We go with one tab, one little indent. Too much. 3, 4, 5. 5 spaces. Still looks too far. I think I just can't make this bigger. Or are we just missing a dot? I don't think I want the dot. I think this is the answer. We center the text and we keep the letter on its own, the number on its own. And we put that here. And then we make this Hebo font sized 8. Okay. Hebo size 8. And the weight I picked, was it medium? Is that a little medium action there? Yeah, it looks medium to me. And we go here and we go center. There we go. And that's decent. That is decent. And we go back to here now. Boop. And I like it. Well, this is wrong. I could do something like that. Maybe I just don't make it blue. Maybe that's the issue. I did all this to make this blue, but I feel like the answer is don't have this as blue. Again, I'll have to cover that on the front page. It should be on the cover, but How did I? Oh, I left the A there. That's why there's Chillionaire 11. Yeah, fuck it. That seems decent enough. We'll figure something out there, but I'll leave that as is for now. In the meantime, still wanted something like this down here, an extra element. But what could that extra element be? You already have a vertical line going that way, so do I want another vertical line? Do 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 do. Gotta love me. Diamond and Pearl soundtrack. Yeah, I'm not selling this. I don't need to. I don't want to highlight the fucking available March 2020. I'm not trying to sell Terramon at anybody. Put that back. It ain't no my job. I'd buy the mana after reading this. True. True. Do 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 do. Maybe something fun with maybe like the emoji. It's a kind of a cute element, just having the emoji on the side. Sit on the blue line, or should it blue line behind it? And that would make us around there. Pull that down to there. Really, this number should be sitting lower. It should be in the middle of that space in the margin. But this is still feels a little too low. Line it up with that. Can I get away with doing two of these? No, it's too much of a line. Too big. Too big. What I could probably do is pretend that there's an invisible wall here. And it goes behind that invisible wall. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. And pops right back out over here. Or even right to here. And then cuts again a little bit before there. Or in line with this text. You kind of get this little visual line going. If I am going to do that strat, I need to then cut a little closer in. And then I need to just line this all up with available March 2022 because that looks too weird above it. Is that what we needed? Hmm. It's just kind of cute. I don't know if it looks great visually though. I think we kill that. And can I save? Give me that. Fuck it, actually. We'll just Command Z this all the way back. There we go. And we delete. And we delete. And we delete. And we delete. Maybe this is where I want to line that up with. I have a line there. That cuts in. But there. Or maybe the answer is making this a little bigger. No, that's not the answer. Something's wrong in here. I think I just need a really small element of blue just here somewhere, but I don't know how to put it in without it being too out of place. It's got to be like really thin, really small, and just kind of sit around here. Do I just line it to the corner? Is that all I need to do? A little corner blue action? Like even like thick like that? Right above the thing? Maybe I just want a little line above this, or beside this even. Do I want that on every page going forwards? If I come in here again. Okay, we already keep the rock as is. I want the A. Actually, no, not keep that as is. Actually, let's lower that down. As mentioned, I kind of feel like I should go all the way down to here. However, if we're going to be lining that up with the blue, maybe that'll be the spot we go. And we do that, and we're just going to copy this over, because I feel like if we do it on one side, we maybe want to do it on both. I feel like it might look a little weird if we don't do it on the other side. Crazy that happened. And we delete this A. No, that's not the A I want to delete. Although there is an A in there that I want to delete. Okay, wait. And we go all the way to there. Actually, let's just go. We're grabbing the wrong thing. There we go. We go and doot. And I'm gonna need more space between the blue and the A because that's gonna look weird otherwise. Go about to there. And I'm just gonna eyeball it because you know it'll be fine. And kill the A in the Shillionaire. And bring it all down. And hit Command S. And come back to the magazine. Okay, a little more, this is a good amount of space. It's a little too tight. But I think I can achieve that by just shrinking that blue. Or extending it out more. Maybe this breaks the line here. I don't like it on both. I don't like it at all. Gonna be real, I don't like it at all. We pull the A's back over to here. And we hit Control S and we go back one more time. What if I take the same thickness and I put it over here? I have it come through and whoa, when did the color change? Oh, this one still got transparency on it? Okay, just that one did. It comes right to there. I don't love that. I kind of like where that goes, but I don't love it. Maybe this is the answer, just something like that. And should we shrink? Too shrunk. Bigger. Line up with that, line up with that. Back to the box. Always back to the box. Squares and squares and squares and squares. And it still leaves this shape. But you know, that shape's not necessarily a bad shape to have. Maybe just a little too boxy. Which I think I can still fix. What if we go crazy and we first question, what if we do that for the whole thing? And immediately I say no, I don't like that. But then it's like, okay, well, what if we get away with it for like the bottom half? What if we do a whole new text box for these guys, and we go like root, and we line them up with the back of best of taste, and it lines up nice, so we get a nice straight arrow, and everything under here goes like root, and then we go like maybe down to there. No, it stays where it is up there. Wait, even better idea. Keep it simple. Just pull everything down. No, that didn't really work either. It wasn't a better idea. Thought it might be. Hold on, we might be onto something here. Are we cooking with gasolina? Certified gasolina. Once we get one spread sorted, it'll inform everything else, so it should make everything a lot easier to work with. And then this line would have to cut right here where that does. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, okay, okay. I kind of like this. Kind of don't, but I kind of do, and that's something. Yeah, we're back to this. Which is circling around this idea. So maybe this is the idea we stick with for now. Seems to be the best spot for us. At the moment, we'll leave this empty space, but that's not necessarily a bad space. Definitely feel like there should be another line somewhere, though. Can I get away with doing that, even? I think I might. I might just. Going mad tonight. Okay, let's say this is okay for now. And, you know, maybe come back to this in a little while, but let's say we're all good with this. I really like that, but now that I moved that blue line, everything seems kind of empty over here. I don't mind this space anymore. I feel like that looks better than it did. But I feel like I still need this blue line to fill that out. All of a sudden it feels naked. Is that because this is too far? Should this go back to here? Does that blue line still help? It does still help. Maybe that's the play. Maybe this is what we do. If that's too far back, yeah, we'll stick to there. Alright. I think this is a good enough spot to say fair enough for now. We'll come back to this. We got one spread down, and it'll kind of inform how we do everything else, which should make everything a lot quicker once we have a general idea of what we want to do. And I still don't love this. Still don't like this. It's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug me for a while. What if we go crazy and go like down here? What if we follow the direction of the page instead of against it? Better. And then this one goes on top. But like less on top. I'm getting lost in the sauce, you know? I'm getting lost in the sauce. So we're gonna call it here. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you had a good time. I'll probably be live tomorrow. I enjoyed streaming the process. That was fun. I enjoyed streaming this, and hopefully we get some more of the good stuff going forwards. A bit like Toronto Star. True. I do see that. It's the blue and the white. Back to the box. Fuck. Unless, you know, we could also play with that shape instead of trying to run from it or fill it up. What if we use that as like an intentional element and kind of build outwards from it? Where's my stroke? Do like a thick ass stroke. That's okay. Let's do like there to there. Delete you. No, I already hate that. Worth a try. Worth a try. I don't like just doing that. All right. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Peace and love.